It's Fernando Ruiz Art. Hi everybody, thanks for tuning in. And today we are going to be drawing Veronica. Now recently I did a video on the many different expressions, the many faces of Archie. And really a lot of my recent Archie videos, a lot of people have been reacting really well to them. They've been getting watched a lot. And some fans have pointed out that I haven't really shown Veronica enough love in my videos. I haven't done many videos on Veronica. So I thought doing a video on her facial expressions would be good, would be helpful. So right now I've got started Veronica's head, same round shape, same ball that I use for Archie's head, and I'll link to that video down in the description below. If you haven't caught that, you may enjoy that. So we've got, so I started out with that same ball, and then I threw in this curved crosshairs, which allows me to know where I'm going to put where Veronica's eyes should rest. And notice when I draw her eyes, I'm drawing them as the semi-ellipses. Okay, they're open at the bottom, they're just half of an ellipse, open at the bottom. And what I do is I start out thin, and as I come around, I get thicker and thicker, and then end at this sort of a hook there. And then her pupil slash iris, it's all one thing. It's just a big black dot. Now the Veronica and the Betty and Veronica nose is a slanted line like so, with a bit of a semicircle coming off of it, and that kind of indicates a little bit of a cast shadow being generated by the very tip of their pert little noses. Yes, Betty and Veronica have the same exact face, just different hair. And actually, one of the reasons I'm doing a Veronica video, a video on Veronica's expressions, is because Veronica does lend herself to a little bit more range than Betty does. And I'm drawing her mouth now. Notice her upper lip. I tend to keep her upper lip like a black line, dark. Especially on the smaller figures, I'm gonna draw her upper lip filled in, because if I left that open, it looks kind of weird on tiny shots, the reduced figure, especially when they do get reduced for the digests and small size comic books like that. Now, one of the differences I do between Betty and Veronica is I do give Veronica kind of thicker eyebrows. Maybe because she's a brunette, but also because Veronica does have a little bit more of a range than Betty does, and I was getting to that point before. And by that I mean Veronica is, of course, one of Archie's girlfriends, and she's Betty's best friend. But if the story calls for it, she can also be the antagonist of the story. She can be the bad guy of the story. She's rich, she's spoiled, she's kind of bratty. She can be very jealous and possessive. So she can be a big bag of bad traits too. Whereas Betty is largely always the nice girl. And of course, Veronica has the long black hair. And I always give her these kind of highlights in her hair. These kind of jagged highlights. Even down here, where since her hair is long, they may have some highlights towards the bottom of her hair. Maybe here too. And this is your happy, smiling Veronica. Fill this all in. Of course, I'd be neater about it if this were an official Veronica in the comics, but you guys get the idea. So there is Happy Veronica. Now, let us jump into, let's do another Veronica. Go over here. Start out with that same sphere, same crosshairs. Crosshairs are always curving, angling in whatever direction she's going to be facing. And the same eyes, start out thin again, get thicker on the outside, and then that hook. And the black pupil. Same thing here, thin, thicker on the outside, and the hook. Eyes resting on that horizontal line. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle her eyebrows downward. This is going to be angry Veronica. Again, the nose is a slant with a curve. And then this time, because she is angry, the mouth is going to be kind of angular, going into her cheek. She's gritting her teeth. And the lower lip is also going to get squared off too. You don't want to over render the girls' faces. You want to keep their faces fairly simple. You want to shape her head. You don't want to go too rounded with her head either. Sometimes you see people making their heads almost into perfect circles. What I do is I come down kind of straight but in until I hit that horizontal line on the grid, and then I curve out and I indicate a very slight point towards the bottom towards the bottom of her face for her chin. That point has got to be very slight. Sometimes people make it too pointy and it ends up being very severe. So I got to give a shout out to key Veronica fan, my good pal Adam Alamo. He was one of the ones pushing for this video. He brought it up to me. He suggested it. He suggested it in the live chat. I was happy to see him in the live chat a couple of times. And Adam is a big Veronica fan. And everybody should visit his Facebook pages, the Fans of Archie, and also he does the Fans of Astro Comics, which is about the comics that Dan Parent and I put together independently. So of course our Kitty Die books are there. And they get talked about it, and you see all the news. Anything Kitty Die related gets posted there. So fans of Archie Comics and fans of Astro Comics. Comics with a K and Astro Comics. Make sure you sign up for those. Okay, so there is angry Veronica. And sometimes I'll shade her cheeks a little bit just to make her look more even angrier, a little more fiery. Okay, let's do another one. I'm on a roll here. So let's, again, the sphere, throw down the crosshairs, and this time let us make sad Veronica. We're going to angle the eyebrows, clipping into her eye shapes again. And she's going to be looking worried. Her nose, again, a bit of a line, the curve coming off of it. Thicken the eyelashes on her a little bit. And this time the mouth is just going to be curving. I'll do the open lip now. Maybe we see some teeth. She's looking very concerned. Her chances with Archie are dwindling. There's a new girl in town, maybe. Start shaping the head. Shaping the head. Again, indicate that little bit of a chin, just a slight indication. Give her her hair. We might be going into the Veronica right above her. Her sideburns are like 3 points, and they clip her ear a little bit. Sometimes I give Veronica a little bling, a little bit of an earring. And there is our worried, scared Veronica. What do you think? So there's a few different Veronica faces, and maybe we could redden her cheeks a little bit, have the tears slash sweat jumping off of her a little bit. And that becomes a few different heads of Veronica. What do you think? Okay? Were there any expressions that you wanted me to go over and I didn't get to them? Let me know, because I could always do a part 2. I'd like to do one of these with Betty too, and even Jughead. I think people would dig Jughead. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I haven't forgotten about the Predator. We are going to do a part 2 on the Predator, which I started last time. So I want to get back to it maybe a little later this week in one of our second videos of the week. So maybe we'll do that. Okay, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. If you liked the video, please click like. I need those likes. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please share. And keep on tuning in. And as always, keep drawing. I'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.